Kwe nabut, kwe shkut. Namnendenu de tayan. Keetje gaat het nog eens eten hek. De gaat Coast Salish people. De gaat ishko de kapwa, makchin nabu, makchin, Monsieur le Président. Namnendenu de tayan. My name is Amber. I'm 12 years old. Disappeared in 2005. They found my body in 2008. My name is Beatrice. I'm a grandmother, a mother and a sister. I was raped and I was killed. 65 years old. My name is Georgina, proud mother, but never came back home. My spirit is somewhere. My name is Terry. I was killed, and my babies witness who was the killer, but no justice yet. My name is Claudette, never came back. No justice yet. My name is Bridget. I was sold at 12 years old. Human trafficking. But I came back, and I'm still alive. And so on. There is so many stories here in Canada. The list is long, too long for us to accept one more young girl or a mother or a sister on that list. Here in Canada, every month we have one or up to 7 women missing or killed. Ici, au Canada. Since 1994, the Native Women Association of Canada was denouncing, and still today, the systemic discrimination under the Indian Act. Systemic violence, financial violence, name it, the list is long. But we were able in 2005 to tell you here in Canada, within 30, 40 years, we were able to collect, in 5 years, 582 cases of missing and murdered Aboriginal women. But yet, it wasn't enough for Canada, or I would say like you, Monsieur le Président, Harper government. It wasn't enough. That he had to call the RCMP, I'm pretty sure, and tell the RCMP, challenge Michele Audette, challenge NWAC's number. Show the society that we're doing great for women here in Canada, that there's only 300 women missing or dead. But believe it or not, we didn't give up. We told the RCMP, maybe it's time for you to talk with other police force across Canada, to collaborate, to do your homework like we did. And what happened that day? They call us. They said, maybe you're right, Michele. We will send letters across Canada in every police force, 300 letters. 99% agreed to participate. I don't know who said that, but I'm sure he hears me. And the number came back not long ago, totally different. Last spring, RCMP says, without saying sorry, but that's life, there's no more 300-something missing or murdered here in Canada. We have close to 1,200 women. For the past 20 years, only 20 years, Can you imagine? That same day, live on CBC, who they call NWAC, and thank God they call us. But that same day, my phone was ringing nonstop. And I gave it to my mom, who was there with me. And she came back pale. She says, our niece was kidnapped yesterday. So we said to the RCMP and Canadian people, it's happening to us. Not only to my neighbor or my friend, but to us. 36 hours of stress, of panicking, and feeling alone. And who's gonna help you? And guess who helped us? The family members across Canada. They saw that post on Facebook and said, don't give up. And the police mobilized themselves, I guess, and she was found, 12 years old, kidnapped by 2 non-Native people. It didn't stop us to stand up and say that we as Aboriginal women, mothers, grandmothers, sisters, friends, neighbors, we deserve justice. We strongly deserve justice. Despite the cuts that this government, the Harper government, did to the entire staff who work on missing and murdered Aboriginal women issue at the office, we went every year to the UN. We met with special rapporteurs. We met with the OAS on Human Rights Commission to tell them the truth, to tell them what's going on here in Canada. And pretty soon we'll see the reports. But we know that they say the same thing that we've been demanding since 2006, a national public inquiry for my sisters across Canada. A year ago, and still this summer, we were able to say, you have a choice to act like an autruche, I guess ostrich in English, or to paddle with me in my canoe to the premiers of Canada, across Canada. They said yes last year, they even said yes this year. But for those who knows the leadership of NWAC, we said we just don't want a renewal of a call for a national public inquiry. We want you in your respective jurisdiction do real stuff with the groups, with the women, with the First Nation, Métis, and Inuit people. Come back with a plan next year. Not only, yes, we support NWAC, but we do real stuff on the ground. And I'm proud to say that, yes, they did support also a call for a roundtable. What's that, a roundtable? What it's going to bring more. You must have heard often le Premier Ministre Harper saying, we are a proactive government. The police will take care of those cases, like you said, Monsieur Diaz. We'll look with a lens of criminalité, as if. So we said 18 months ago, you do not want to push an inquiry as, the federal government? It doesn't stop us to work with you, even if, it's not the best relationship. Why don't we put in place a roundtable where each ministers who have programs, services, initiative for Aboriginal people here in Canada will sit down with NWAC and be proactive instead of always reacting. They didn't move. Guess what? We went to grab again the 13 premiers. And yes, they did support, and I hope you saw that. But you have to help us to keep that momentum that yes, an inquiry, yes, a roundtable to reestablish the dialogue with Aboriginal groups and family members, but to make sure also that we can have a say with the chief of police here in Canada. You must have saw their position on the inquiry. It will slow down their work if they support an inquiry. I don't think so. Funny, yesterday I got a call from the assistant of the new president for the Canadian Association Chief of Police. They want to meet with us. We'll be there. And we will talk and listen and share and hope that we will work together. That's my hope. Another push that you can do with us, it's to meet with the Fédération Canadienne des Municipalités, the Federation for Municipalities. They're the one dealing with all those cases on the ground, with the urban reality. So we need to meet with them. But we need also to push pressure with the federal, territorial, and provincial government to say we need real action. And for us, real action, it means that women can be part of the Canadian economy. But we're not. We're the poorest of the poorest, and that, for me, c'est inacceptable. Inacceptable. We were able, over the years, with the research, family gatherings, to be close with them, to be able to see the link of extreme poverty, lack of education, lack of decent housing, and the list is long. We know the root cause. So the inquiry is not to find the root cause. It's maybe to tell the society, the federal government, provincial and territorial, but also the municipalities and the groups that I mentioned, what is going on. Let's say that we're watching a scary movie right now, all of us, and we're pressing pause. We have over 500 recommendations over the past 20 years. Why aren't we implementing them? Why? So this inquiry will help to bring this social response, policing response, justice response, governmental response, of course. And I think if Harper is capable to do an inquiry for the sockeye salmon, where it costs $10 million, why my niece, my friends, and my colleagues that I know across Canada don't deserve the same treatment compared to a salmon? Why? If the same Premier Ministre is capable to do an inquiry to find a 200-old ship in the Arctic, why my sister don't deserve the same treatment? Why? Merci. Remember this. Remember this. We're all human beings here in this room, with passions, with issues, with a past, but also a future in mind and the heart. But if we can remember this, that if we were reversing the numbers of Aboriginal women now, it's close to 1,200, we believe it's way more than that. Some numbers says 18,000 or 35,000 Canadian women are missing or dead for the past 20 years. Do you think we would have an inquiry? I believe so, I'm sure. And to conclude for me, I have to tell you, I made this a personal issue. I believe that we all have a reason on Mother Earth why we're there. He's one of them, my son. This government, the only gift, I would say, and not afraid to say, that he gave me, Harper, it's the strength to believe that the next federal election will be a crucial issue for Aboriginal women, and I'm going to run against him. Not as a prime minister, but for my beautiful riding in Manicouagan. And I didn't come here to do politics. I came here as a mother of 5 beautiful children, but also as a person very concerned, very concerned. I'll switch in French. I don't know if you know Obélix et Astérix. Je crois qu'il y a des gens qui en comprennent très bien. Comme Obélix, je suis tombée dedans, très jeune. Ma mère est membre fondatrice de l'Association des femmes autochtones du Québec et mon père, un fervent militant au sein des métallos, au sein de la FTQ et pour avoir terminé avec le Fonds de solidarité de la FTQ. Alors, j'ai 2 parents, une mère Inou, un père québécois, qui me donnent l'amour pour la justice sociale, pour l'équité, mais surtout la dignité. Surtout la dignité. Et cette dignité-là, vous en faites partie. Aidez-nous à changer notre présent. Aidez-nous à changer notre futur. Ne soyez plus témoins. Si vous restez témoins, vous devenez complices de ce qui se passe ici au Canada auprès des femmes autochtones. Please, don't stay as a witness of what's going on here in Canada. Be active with me, with all the women across Canada. And thank you so much for the invitation. It was an honor. I was so nervous to come here. It's tough to share in English your passion and your love, but I'm sure if I was able to influence one person or maybe more to say, yes, Aboriginal women deserve justice, protection, and dignity, I'll sleep well tonight. Merci beaucoup.